The NFL is meant to provide entertainment and drama to its millions of fans, but sometimes even the professionals are able to inadvertently make us laugh with some all-time classic blunders and boneheaded calls. Here's a look at the dumbest play in every NFL team's history. Atlanta Falcons Todd Gurley's accidental touchdown. The Falcons were on the cusp of a victory at home over the Detroit Lions in Week 7 of the 2020 season, trailing by 2 with the ball deep in the Lions' territory and only 1 minute 12 seconds remaining. All they had to do was run out the clock and kick the game-winning field goal. Everyone on the Falcons offense knew that was the game plan, but for reasons unknown, Todd Gurley ran it into the end zone anyway. Maybe he had himself in fantasy.
Todd Gurley to the goal line.
Because this is the Falcons, you know how it ends. Matthew Stafford gets the ball back and marches his team down the field before hitting T.J. Hawkinson for the walk-off, game-winning touchdown. The Cardinals, Kurt Warner's pick 6. This was a play that simply cannot happen. The Cardinals were in a position to take the lead, or at least tie, the Pittsburgh Steelers before halftime in Super Bowl 43. But future Hall of Famer Kurt Warner committed a costly decision by forcing a pass in the end zone. James Harrison picked it off and took it to the house, putting Pittsburgh up by 10.
From the gun, Steelers show blitz. Here they come. He gets it away, and it's picked off at the goal line. There's a flag thrown on the...
And they wound up winning the game by 4 points.
Harrison is going to go all the way and waiting for the official to get there. Touchdown is...
Baltimore Ravens fake field goal debacle. We rarely see the Ravens commit mind-boggling plays. That said, we really have to ask what this whole fake field goal play was in Week 11 of the 2019 season against the Houston Texans.
Trying to get the Ravens on the board. No, they'll fake it. Mark Andrews can...
Funny thing is, the Ravens won 47-7 anyway. Buffalo Bills how not to return kickoffs. This play here was from Week 17 of the 2016 season, the last game of the disappointing Rex Ryan era. What a way to bid adieu to your head coach.
That one bounces and no one on the Bills goes to get it. Now Gillislee tracks it down in the end zone.
Carolina Panthers, Cam Newton's business decision. When you're down by 6 in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl, you need to be prepared to make the necessary sacrifices if you want to complete the comeback. Cam Newton wasn't willing to do that when he was strip-sacked by Von Miller late in Super Bowl 50, and it cost his team the game.
Rushing forward, ball comes out of the hands of Newton. It's on the ground, and it's still on the ground.
Chicago Bears, Mike Richardson's botched lateral. Here's the deal. If you're going to commit a boneheaded play, it's best to do it while your team is way ahead. Former Chicago Bears standout corner Mike Richardson got to enjoy this luxury in a 1986 game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. After Todd Bell picked off a pass from Steve Young, the former lateraled it to Richardson, and then, well, disaster ensued.
Oh my goodness! It is Heflin, Vince Heflin.
Cincinnati Bengals, who needs to tackle? The Bengals have often been referred to as the Bungles throughout their history. Is the name harsh? Maybe, but it certainly applies to boneheaded plays like this one.
To left Bell, left Bell, a little hesitation, tricked you.
Where you go? What was 22 doing? Come on, bro. What was 22 doing?
First rule of football, tackle. Cleveland Browns, red right, 88. The Browns were on the verge of punching a ticket to the 1980 AFC Championship game. They just needed a field goal to send the Oakland Raiders packing in the divisional round. Cleveland was trailing 14-12 with under a minute remaining inside the Oakland 15. But kicker Don Cockcroft was battling several injuries and had missed 2 field goals earlier in the game. So rather than play for the short field goal attempt, quarterback Brian Sipe was instructed to throw the ball, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Into the end zone. Was it intercepted?
The Raiders ran out the clock and went on to defeat the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. For Browns fans, it remains one of the most heartbreaking moments in team history. Dallas Cowboys, it's Leon Lett, no! The Cowboys were clinging to a 14-13 lead over the Miami Dolphins in the unforgettable 1993 snow-filled Thanksgiving game. Pete Stoyanovich was brought out to attempt a game-winning 40-yarder, but the Cowboys blocked the kick and seemingly won the game. All they had to do was not touch the football and allow the clock to run out. Cowboys defensive tackle Leon Lett came running into the fray, only to accidentally slip in the snow and make contact with the football.
The clock continues to move as the ball rolls free and rolls free in the end zone. The Dolphins fall on top of it.
The Dolphins recovered it, and this time Stoyanovich made good on his field goal attempt to win the game for the visitors. Denver Broncos' Danny Trevathan joins the Premature Celebration Club. Well, the good news for Danny here is that his premature selling took place while the Broncos were cruising to an easy win. The highlight of the Week 1 2013 kickoff game between the Broncos and Ravens was Peyton Manning's 7 TD passes, which tied a single-game record. That fortunately overshadowed Trevathan's way too early touchdown celebration on what appeared to be a pick-6 off Joe Flacco.
Look at this. If he drops it, and he does, and it goes out of the back of the end zone, it's going to be a...
Detroit Lions' Dan Orlovsky chooses safety first. You'll recall that the 2008 Lions became the first NFL team in history to lose every single contest on a 16-game schedule. Well, let's just say that the entire season could be summarized on this blooper by quarterback Dan Orlovsky.
Here comes Jared Allen, and he's out of bounds. Poor guy, I don't even know if he...
Green Bay Packers have a TD on us. The play was terrible for a few reasons. For one, the Packers went on to lose the NFC title game to the Bucs by a score of 31-26, so you could say this touchdown was the difference. And on top of that, it's probably the play that cost defensive coordinator Mike Pettin his job.
Brady goes for the deep shot. He's got a touchdown! Scotty Miller!
I mean, seriously, how do you let a wide receiver get behind you like that with only a few seconds remaining in the half? Houston Texans, the fateful fake punt. The Texans jumped out to a 24-0 lead over the powerhouse Kansas City Chiefs in the 2019 AFC Divisional Round. After the lead was cut to 17, Texans head coach Bill O'Brien decided that he didn't want to give the ball right back to Patrick Mahomes, so he called for a fake punt from his own 31-yard line, and the results were disastrous.
And they fake it. They snap it to Reed, and he is stopped by Sorensen.
You know the rest. Kansas City outscored Houston 44-7 the rest of the way for a 51-31 victory. Minneapolis Colts, the worst fake punt in NFL history. We don't really need to give you much of a rundown, just enjoy the hilariousness of this play call.
He'll snap it. Actually, Colt Anderson is behind him. And what?
Jacksonville Jaguars, you're doing too much. The Jaguars desperately needed a break in their 1998 AFC Divisional Round tilt against the New York Jets on the road. They were trailing 10-0 midway through the second quarter, and a Curtis Martin fumble seemingly provided Jacksonville with the serendipity they needed. That is, until they tried to lateral the ball, giving it right back to New York in the process.
Picked up on one bounce, and here we go with Chris Hudson. He laterals back to Eric Curry, and then
the Jets would win the game 34-24. Kansas City Chiefs D. Ford's offside penalty. The New England Patriots' 6th Super Bowl was pretty much gift-wrapped by one of the most mind-boggling penalties ever. The Kansas City Chiefs had seemingly clinched the 2018 AFC Championship when Charvarius Ward intercepted Tom Brady's pass in the final minute, but the play was nullified because D. Ford had lined up offside.
Ball's picked. Ball's intercepted and comes up there, and he's over the blue by quite a bit, actually.
The drive continued and concluded with a touchdown by the Patriots, who would go on to win the game in overtime to advance. Las Vegas Raiders just kicked the damn ball. Listen, it's one thing to fail on a fake field goal attempt. It's another thing to screw it up to the point where it somehow results in a touchdown for the other team. But hey, that's the Raiders for you.
The cable guy lost his connection right here. Well, he wanted to play. And the fake field goal from 42 yards away.
To make matters worse, the Chiefs wound up winning by 7 points. So yes, that play right there was the difference. Los Angeles Chargers Travis Benjamin's adventurous punt return. When fielding a punt return, the goal should be to take it back to the other team's end zone, not your own. Travis Benjamin didn't seem to get that memo.
Benjamin circles. Benjamin in trouble!
Los Angeles Rams, where's this going? The Rams needed a touchdown in order to force OT against the New York Giants in their Week 7 2016 matchup overseas in London. Facing a 3rd and 10 at the Giants with 50 seconds to go, Case Keenum took the snap and lofted a pass to a wide-open Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie in the end zone. The only problem was that DRC plays for the Giants, not the Rams.
Pierre-Paul was driving. It's Rodgers-Cromartie with the interception.
Miami Dolphins, Garo's Gaffe. Leading Washington 14-0 late in the fourth quarter of Super Bowl VII, Miami sent out kicker Garo to put the game away. The kick was blocked, but that was just the start, as the infamous Garo's Gaffe was born when he picked the ball up and desperately needed to throw a pass.
Yepremian has it. Throws a pass up with a ball. Mike Bass. He's running away for a touchdown.
The errant pass attempt was picked off and returned for a touchdown by Mike Bass. Luckily for Garo, his teammates held on for the 14-7 win, clinching the Super Bowl and the perfect season. Minnesota Vikings Jim Marshall's wrong way run. Marshall was one of the NFL's great defensive players of his era and a key cog on the Vikings' 1969 NFL championship team. Fair or not, the Minnesota icon will be best remembered for his wrong-way run in a 64 game against the San Francisco 49ers. He thought he was scoring a touchdown, but inadvertently conceded a safety instead.
Running the wrong way, and he's running it into the end zone the wrong way, thinks he scored a touchdown. He scored.
The New England Patriots, Bill Belichick gets too cute. This makes the list because it was so horribly executed and it cost the Patriots dearly, in a playoff game no less. Trailing 7-3 to the arch-rival New York Jets late in the first quarter of the 2010 AFC Divisional Round, the Pats got too cute with the fake punt, and it failed miserably.
Mishap here. That's Chung picking it up, and Chung is down.
That would set up a Mark Sanchez touchdown pass to Braylon Edwards, and the Jets wound up winning by 7. In other words, the Pats gift-wrapped what was essentially a game-deciding play on that fake punt. New Orleans Saints, the Minneapolis Miracles missed tackle. All Marcus Williams had to do was make a routine tackle on Stephon Diggs to send New Orleans to the 2017 NFC Championship game, but the rookie safety seemingly got flustered in the heat of the moment and ducked under Diggs, and the Minneapolis Miracle was born.
Gano steps into it, pass is caught! Diggs! Sideline!
New York Giants Miracle at the Meadowlands. The Giants were on the verge of upsetting the arch-rival Eagles at home in the 1978 season. New York led 17-12 in the waning seconds, and with Philly out of timeouts, they just had to run one last play and the game was in the books. Instead, one of the all-time great bloopers was born.
And Pizarczyk fumbles the football. It's picked up by Herman Edwards. 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
New York Jets butt fumble. Come on, was there any debating this? It's the most glorious and hilarious blooper in NFL history, if you ask us.
Defensive coordinator, you got a busted play here, and then Sanchez gets hit. The ball is loose, and it's alive.
Philadelphia Eagles' DeSean Jackson drops the ball. Long before DeSean Jackson made his name as one of the NFL's most electrifying receivers, the poor dude made a classic rookie mistake during a 2008 game against the Cowboys. Let's just say he wasn't the first nor the last to celebrate too early.
Secured the football.
Pittsburgh Steelers bury Foster's rookie mistake. Longtime Steelers fans will remember Foster as a 2-time Pro Bowl running back. Well, let's just say that he didn't leave the greatest impression as a rookie. Let's go back to a 1990 road game against the 49ers in which Foster showed us all how not to return a kickoff.
Gopher's kick is short. Coming up to get it is Foster. That's a free ball. That's a free ball. And the 49ers.
The 49ers Super Bowl blunder. The 49ers crushed the Dolphins 38-16 in Super Bowl 19. Thanks to the extremely lopsided affair, the San Fran special teams got to avoid eternal embarrassment with this absolute failure of a kick return.
Along the ground, keeping it low. Well, you can get up and run, McIntyre.
That allowed Miami to kick one last field goal at the end of the half, not that it affected the outcome of the game. Seattle Seahawks, the worst play call in history. Quite frankly, we really don't know what else to title this one. The Seahawks were a half a yard away from repeating as Super Bowl champions, and when your offense runs through Marshawn Lynch, maybe you should just use him on the goal line. Or, just call the dumbest play in history and watch the worst possible outcome unfold before your eyes.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers Josh McCown's 2-1 blooper. Josh McCown's Tampa Bay debut, which took place in Week 1 of the 2014 season against Carolina, didn't go accordingly, to say the least. McCown committed 2 mistakes on the same play here. First, he fumbled the ball, then he threw an ill-advised pass that was picked off by Roman Harper.
It's a fresh set of downs on the penalty. Ball comes out of McCown's hands, and then
What was that? Tennessee Titans Darius Reynaud's disastrous opening kickoff. How do you manage to score literally 1 second into a football game? Well, if you're the Steelers here, you just need some help from the opponent. Take it away, Darius Reynaud.
Back, ball was not in the end zone when he touched it. He actually fielded it outside the end zone.
If it's any consolation, the Titans won that game anyway. Washington football team Kirk Cousins brain fart. When you're at the opponent's 6-yard line, no timeouts and just a few seconds remaining in the half, what don't you do? There are several things, but one of them is taking a knee and running out the clock. What was Kirk Cousins thinking?
And although Kirk Cousins trying to keep the Eagles in it here, 5 seconds left in the half, and
I'm gonna let ED.
What do you think is the dumbest NFL play of all time? Join us in the comment section down below. If you're new here and you want more cool videos like this, Don't forget to click the subscribe button down there. If you liked the video, then hit the like button. We'd really appreciate it. And until next time, tune into TPS every single day for more cool videos. We'll see you.